Hello, everybody. Welcome to CTT Chasing the Truth. And I am just at shock and awe because of the news that I got the past day of what had happened here in the NFL. Now, I know that everybody is completely out of everything that's going on in the sports world, but if you are paying attention to anything, including football, if it's your favorite sport, you need to pay attention to this. My previous video, I did the AFC East division standings and where I said everybody would be. I put the New England Patriots at 4th place in that division because of one person only, and that was Jared Stidham. Now, the reasoning behind all that is because if Tom Brady couldn't win in the playoffs with the team that he had on the offensive side of the ball, what was Jared Stidham going to do with that team? And yeah, the Patriots had the number one defense in the league, but they still weren't able to beat the Tennessee Titans in the playoffs. And therefore, I had them at 4th place. If Hoyer were to start, I had them at 2nd. But we just got the biggest development of this free agency so far. There was 2 players. There was more, but there was 2 major players that were still on the free agent block. And that was Jadeveon Clowney and Cam Newton. Cam Newton is now off the boards and with the New England Patriots. Now, I recant my past video, and my new standings are the Bills in 4th place, Dolphins in 3rd. I'm going to go with New England in 2nd, but they still make the playoffs, and then the Bills I still think will win the division. Or they might flip-flop, and the Patriots still might win the division, and the Bills might come in 2nd place and still make a playoff spot. Either or, it's going to come down to the end of the season and the last few games of the season to determine who wins that division. But I'm telling you now that this is a big move for New England. They needed a quarterback and a veteran presence in that locker room. They had Brian Hoyer. He's won. He hasn't won. Whatever you may call it. But Cam Newton's exactly what the Patriots needed. And bar none to win another Super Bowl. And no matter how much I hate saying it, Cam Newton is the guy to take them to that Super Bowl and that promised land. Now, the only reason why I can say that he'll be the starter, that they would win a Super Bowl or make it to the playoffs, is if he is the starter. If he is not the starter, then I still have them sitting at 4th place in the division. But if he is the starter, then he is in 2nd and possibly even 1st, battling it out with Buffalo. I put the Jets down below the Dolphins at 4, and I still left them at 3 because the Dolphins got a lot better on both sides of the ball, including on their defensive side of the ball. They beat the Jets twice during the season last year, and one of those times was when Sam Darnold was playing and he got back from his mono. Actually, that was the Dolphins' first win of the season was against the New York Jets. And if that trash Dolphins team could beat the Jets then, what happens when they get a much better upgraded team? They are going to win. Now, away from the division for a second, because I just told you how it's going to be, let me throw out some things on why Cam Newton is perfect for the Patriots. The Patriots needed that veteran presence that has been there before. Cam Newton has made it to the playoffs. He has won in the playoffs. He's made it to the Super Bowl. Yes, he lost, but he was also the MVP for the regular season. Made it to the Super Bowl in 2015. Went 15-1 with the Carolina Panthers. He's been the dominant brick house in that locker room for years now. He's brought everybody together. He has, brought winning to Carolina again. And when he's been healthy, he's been a force to be reckoned with. And if you don't believe me, go back to how it was in 2018 when he was still playing. He was 6-3, and then he gets his shoulder injury, and then they finish the season 7-9. Everybody wants to blame Ron Rivera for that, but Ron Rivera had nothing to do with that. But the new owner, Dave Tepper, took over in 2016, and he didn't like what he saw, so he completely scrapped it and fired the whole coaching staff and got new people in there. Got rid of Cam Newton because he didn't think that he had it anymore. And the problem was they just didn't wait until he got healthy, because he got that ankle injury that he suffered in preseason, and it was lingering all season long. He's had a full offseason to recover. He's back and completely, fully healthy, and he's going to be a force to be reckoned with. And I've talked to a lot of my Patriots friends, and they're sitting there thinking, like, he's not going to be the starter. He was not going to sign anybody unless he was going to get the chance to start, and he didn't want to go anywhere unless he got that chance to start. He's got so much to prove, and everybody's overlooking him. Like, there were so many people that wanted Phillip Rivers on their team because they said that he's a better quarterback. Cam Newton is a lot better quarterback. He's got the arm strength. Tom Brady was lacking in arm strength because his strength was going down. He just threw the little rinky-dink passes and a couple deep balls here and there. Cam also has the ability to run the ball, and that's the one thing that you couldn't do with Brady, or you can't do with Stidham. And not only that, he can throw accurate too. And overall, he's been in this situation before. Not to mention, he's been in a tougher conference in the NFC and a tough division in the NFC South. When the Falcons were good, when the Saints are good, the Buccaneers, don't worry about them. But he's been in a tough division. He knows what it takes to win, and he knows how to win. And having that ability is what's going to help the Patriots. And everybody forgets how good he actually was. And the fact that you are overlooking this guy and like overlooking how good he actually is, that's exactly what he wants. He wants everybody to overlook him. He wants everybody to doubt him. And he wants everybody to think that he's, not that good, he's washed up, whatever. Until Bill Belichick, a guy that believed in him, comes out of nowhere, signs him to a 1-year deal, and it's basically put up or shut up. And I've talked to my friends, they're expecting playoff or nothing from Cam Newton. Well, I'm telling you what, if he's got the right guys around him and still has that dominant defense like they did last year, you can expect playoffs from the Patriots. And honestly, if they don't win that division, they get the top wildcard spot at that 5 spot. Almost no doubt. I can guarantee you. And if they miss the playoffs, I'm going to be completely honest with you, and I will admit when I'm wrong, and I'll be completely shocked. But everybody forgets how good Cam Newton actually is. He was a number 1 overall pick, for crying out loud. Coming out of Auburn, played 1 season, but in the NFL, he has lit it up in the years that he's been able to play and has had a good team. He didn't even have that dominant of a team around him when he was in Carolina. He just made the team that much better. He comes back from a broken back in 2014, completely healthy. Look what he does. Goes 15-1 and goes to the Super Bowl. Loses. Everybody can say it's all because he didn't dive on the ball. But say whatever you want. The Patriots just got strong again. Like, oh my gosh. This dynasty, man. Everybody was ready for it to die. Everybody wanted this to fall, to crumble to the ground. Everybody's sick and tired of seeing them in the playoffs and sick and tired of seeing them winning. I know I am. But I'm telling you one thing right now, for sure. I am impressed, sad, and shocked. I'm impressed because Belichick got a 1-year deal for a quarterback that everybody thought was washed up and everybody wanted him to be a backup. Shocked because I'm shocked that they got him and nobody else took a chance on him. And I'm impressed because with the way that he's been working out with OBJ and like a couple other receivers, and the way that he looks and feels, like he looks back to the Cam Newton of 2015, the MVP, the Super Bowl quarterback, and everything like that. All I'm saying is he's exactly what the Patriots need, and completely different from Tom Brady, and he's going to lead the Patriots to the promised land when it comes time for the playoffs. I look for him to go deep in the playoffs and deep in the AFC, where the conference is a lot weaker than the NFC. And if you don't believe me, go back to the past few years in the NFC. Every single team, or every single time, there's a different NFC team. There's been hardly anybody that's made it back-to-back. In the AFC, since the year 2000, there's been two quarterbacks that have represented, two different quarterbacks that have represented the AFC. Other than that, it has been Ben Roethlisberger, Peyton Manning, and Tom Brady who have represented quarterbacks in the AFC since the year 2000. There's been three other ones, Mahomes just being the recent one. But that goes to show you how much easier the AFC is. And with an easier conference and a somewhat easy division, actually getting a lot stronger now, but in an easy conference, I looked for Cam Newton to have a lot more success and have the success on the Patriots. That's if he starts. If he doesn't, it's going to be a long season for the New England Patriots. And frankly, it's going to be in third or fourth place for that team. But that's all I got. Thank you all for tuning in. Make sure you like and subscribe. Share this to everybody. Get this podcast out there. I want to get more viewers. My goal is to hit 100. I need your guys' help. Thank you. God bless everybody.